And that's the whole rest of John chapter 9 of them interrogating this poor man. They bring him in. Who did this to you? The man they call Jesus. How did he do it? Well, funny you should ask, actually. He spit on me, and then made me go wash it off. And then I could see. He did what? I know, it's weird. Tell us how he did it again. And they use this kind of known interrogation technique that the police and FBI use. Tell me again how it happened. And finally the guy gets so exasperated, he says to him, look, here's all I know. I was blind, and now I see. So they kick him out of the synagogue. Because Jesus healed him on the Sabbath, which breaks the law. Consider the irony of that. God heals someone on the Sabbath day when man is supposed to be resting. And the religious people get all upset about it. That is missing the forest for the trees. They kick him out of the synagogue. And I had to think when I was reading that, like he cares at this point. He's been begging his entire life on a street corner, unable to see anything. And now a whole world is open to him, and he can't go to synagogue anymore. He's cut off from the community. He's been cut off from life for 40 years. Jesus then comes back, and he finds this guy after he's been hassled by the Pharisees, and he asks him. Again, we pick up this thread of Jesus being the light of the world. He says, do you believe in the Messiah? And the guy says, sure, who is he? I don't imagine he spent a lot of time in synagogue over the years. Anyway. And Jesus says, you're looking at it. And the man falls down in worship, which is the appropriate response when you're confronted with God. This man was once blind, and he carries with him forever the light of Jesus. He is a living miracle. Why do I mention that? Because as followers of Jesus, we have a calling. Like all those pilgrims that go to the Feast of Tabernacles. We break out our lamps, we break out our light, and we come together and we let it shine. But here's the thing about light. It reveals the truth. It casts out the darkness. When we light up and God works through us in our life for other people, it's not out of pretense or religiosity. It's them seeing what God has done in you, witnessing the miracle that God is doing in you. And he's doing a miracle in you. And you may feel like, well, then he needs to hurry up. This is what the Gospels teach us. That all of us are broken in some way or another. And that the sooner we own up to that, the sooner we begin the healing. And it might be a healing that is momentous and it's instantaneous and life-altering. And it might be a slow healing that is never fully completed in this lifetime. But here's the kicker. This time we're in is just the beginning. It's not the end. How I wish my uncle understood that. He is not at the end of the race. He is standing at the starting line of the real race. That was just warm-ups. We do not reveal the light of Christ when we reveal and revel in our own strength, our own help, our own ability. We reflect the light of Christ when we're willing and honest to open up about the healing work that God is doing in our lives, even if it's a slow healing. in the way that he's changing us over time. That he's taking what is broken and making it whole. That is what draws people to Jesus. It's what always drew people to Jesus. When Jesus was preaching in the hills, it wasn't the sermons that drew the crowds. It was the miracles and healings. Because it says everywhere Jesus and his disciples went, they healed the sick, cast out demons, brought people back into their right minds, made them whole again. That's the ministry of the light of Jesus in a dark world. Whatever is broken in you, and let's be honest. Let's be honest. There is something broken in all of us. Otherwise, we'd be perfect. We'd look in the mirror and never be able to look away again. God wants to heal that, and he wants to do it in such a way that it encourages and magnetically draws other broken people to him. Not to you. To him. We have a choice to make. Individually, we have a choice to make as a church. Am I going to reflect to the people around me, the people that know me best, that love me the most, the people in my world, in my community, am I going to reflect to them the truth about what God is doing? Or am I going to hide that in the darkness and instead project my own strength, my own competency, my own talent, and claim what is God's? We'll close with this story. Al Braca, I read about, worked as a corporate bond trader. His office was on the 105th floor of Tower 1 in the World Trade Center. A week after the tower was hit and collapsed, Al's body was found in the rubble. According to his wife, Jeannie, Al hated his job. He couldn't stand the environment. It was a world completely out of sync with his Christian values. But he couldn't quit. He was convinced that God wanted him to stay there, to be a light in the darkness. The Bracas learned that Al had indeed been ministering to people during the attack. Reports trickled in from friends and acquaintances. Some people on the 105th floor had made a last call or sent emails to loved ones saying that a man was leading people in prayer. A few referred to Al by name. When Al realized that they were trapped in the building and would not be able to escape, he shared the gospel with a group of 50 co-workers and led them in prayer. The real question is, what is God wanting to do in and through you in this dark world? In this world that is hobbled, that believes that it's just fine while it's busily bleeding out. We all have a role to play. And God wants to use us in this grand drama that he has designed to communicate the clear message that he loves us in spite of all the things and all the barriers and all the sin that we put between us. He loves us in spite. All right, let's close with a song. I said I'd close with a story. I mean, change my mind. Let's stand together. We're going to sing Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone, right?